Welcome into A Toast of Film. I'm one of your hosts, Ebo, and guys, today is my 36th birthday. You boys getting old, but hey, I still got movies. I still got Toast of Film. I still got a lot of things going. Tonight, me, Trey, Spencer, and Peyton, we're going get us a nice meal. Get a little steaky steak, but I went and saw the AMC Screen Unseen, which was Novocaine. So we're going to do a special Novocaine review. And as if Novocaine earlier review wasn't enough, I will also be giving what I feel are 13 movies in order that you need to check out because March, it's my birthday month, important month for that reason. So I got 14 total March movies we're reviewing. We're getting things going. And, it's my birthday, so I make the rules. So I am actually toasting with The Bride of Dankenstein. This is from Mason Ale Works. And this is an electrifying West Coast India Pale Ale. Let me tell you, the drink is good, and the can is exceptional. This is one y'all definitely got to check out because, this can is beautiful. I'm going to be enjoying this bad boy tonight. So check it out from Mason Ale Works, Bride of Dankenstein. But let's go ahead and get into the review. So like I said, I went to the AMC Screen Unseen, saw Novocaine. This is from Robert Olson and Dan Burke. They've given us some good stuff. The Steaklander, which was the sequel to Steakland. Villains, great little kind of black comedy type deal. It's got a Bill Skarsgård and oh my god, I'm blanking on my girl, Maika Monroe. And speaking of Maika Monroe, they did Significant Other, which Trey and myself both gave very favorable reviews. We got old Jack Quaid, Huey himself, as Nate. Nate is a kind of boring banker, which is crazy because I'm kind of a boring banker. So I saw some similarities in this. Let me just, before we go any further, I just got to say, y'all, what you see banks in the movies, not even close. Banks suck and are way more lame than they make them in the movies. They make them seem at least cool in the movies. Very boring, very lame. But I digress. But basically, so Nate, he has this condition where he feels no pain. And so because of that, he has to kind of like baby proof his whole life, drinking smoothies so he doesn't bite his tongue off, putting little tennis balls on anything pointy so he doesn't cut himself. Because like it's very dangerous out there if you don't know that you stab yourself. He has to set timers just so he knows to take a leak because he doesn't feel the pressure building up. And so Nate, boring life, like I said, just because his condition limits him some. He meets Sherry, played by Amber Midthunder. Let me tell y'all, Amber Midthunder, who, she was our girl from Prey. She's going to be an Opus. She killed it in this movie because it was so cool because the only thing I knew her from was Prey. And in Prey, she's this just badass, just taking fools out. And in this, she's just so charming. And we need her in a rom-com because I think based on what she did in this, I think she would be exceptional in a romantic comedy. But he meets Sherry, they hit it off, and then wouldn't you know it, some bank robbers come in, they kill the bank manager, they steal the money, they take Sherry as a hostage, and then it's up to old Nate, aka Novocaine, as people called him in his younger years, to try and figure out a way to save her. Let me tell y'all two things you need to know about this movie. Number one, the comedy is great. You're going to be laughing. You're going to be a great time. Number two, this movie is just crazy with some of the, sight gags. Just gross hand, bones coming out of places. It's just silly, and it's just a fun action movie. And I think y'all need to check it out. It's hitting theaters not this Friday, but the following Friday. We'll probably do a, touch up again because I'll probably go see it with old Trey so he can get on here and say his two piece. But I got to say, this movie, it's a lot of fun. It's a very enjoyable film. Jack Quaid continues to kill it. And Amber Midthunder, just awesome. This movie, it's fun, it's funny, and there's a lot of gore, but it's not gory, if that makes sense. Novocaine, I'm going to give 4 out of 5 cheers. It's a fun, great time that I can't wait to see again next week. And now, let's go ahead and get into EBO's 13 for March 2025. I'm going to need a swig for this one, guys. All right, just a little swig, just to refresh the old palate. So, like I said, 13 movies, all coming out March 2025. All of these are theater releases except one, which I will get into. So, number 13, we have The Woman in the Yard. This movie, it's very interesting because there's only 5 people in the movie total. And basically, it's this family, they live on a farm, and there's the woman in the yard. She has a veil over her face. She's sitting in a chair. It looks creepy. It looks like a good time. I'm definitely interested in checking it out, and I hope y'all do too. All right, number 12, we have Snow White. So this movie, controversy aside, I will say this. I think this movie looks cute and fun. With these Disney live action, do we need a single one of these movies? No, there's not a single one we need. The animated are all perfectly fine. But I will say, based on the trailer, I think it looks like a good movie. I think it looks fun. I'll also say, you got Rachel Zegler, you got Gal Gadot. It's directed by Mark Webb, who gave us The Amazing Spider-Man. So it has a lot of potential. We'll see, though. We'll see. Number 11, this one does come out this week, Night of the Zoopocalypse. I'm just going to read y'all the premise of this movie, and I think that should do enough. A wolf and a mountain lion team up when a meteor unleashes a virus turning zoo animals into zombies. They join forces with other survivors to rescue the zoo and stop deranged mutant leader from spreading the virus. This anime movie looks silly. It looks great. There's a little pygmy hippo named Poot. It looks exceptional. Can't wait. Okay, we got Black Bag, a.k.a. upscaled Mr. and Mrs. Smith. This is Mr. and Mrs. Smith if it was taken seriously. We got Michael Fassbender, Cate Blanchett, directed by Steven Soderbergh. I think this movie is going to be very good. Cate Blanchett can do no wrong in my eye. Okay, number 9, we have Opus. So this has Io Edebiri, who was in Bottom. She was April O'Neil in the newest Ninja Turtles. And John Malkovich, he's playing a cult pipe icon. This movie, it's very intriguing. Amber Midthunder, she's in as Belle. It's just a lot of people. And anything with John Malkovich, I think very interesting. All right, number 8. This is the only streaming movie on this list. This is The Electric State from the Russo brothers. We got Chris Pratt, Millie Bobby Brown, Kihei Kwan, Stanley Tucci, with voice work from Woody Harrelson and the incomparable Alan Tudyk voicing. That's all you need to know. And robots. Like, what else do you know? That one's going to be on Netflix. Okay, we got Magazine Dreams. Jonathan Majors, just juiced beyond belief, jacked. And this movie, I think, is what he really needs because it's going to show the capabilities of the star he is. And who knows? Maybe this will be enough to get Kang back. Now, all that stuff, if that's true, then, I fully support. But in the event that the allegations were not true, I think this is a good way to show, like, look, these bad things were spoken about me, but I'm here and I'm ready to flex, brother. Dude is jacked in this movie. Jacked. All right, number 6, we got Mickey 17. So this is from Bong Joon-ho, Okja, Parasite, Snowpiercer, The Host, starring Robert Pattinson. Basically, he is a loser who gets in the expendable program where he's going to be killed in multiple ways. They clone him, kill the clone in some crazy way, and then restart the cycle. We also have in it Stephen Yeun, Mark Ruffalo, Toni Collette. I think it looks like a lot of fun. Comes out this Friday, so check it out. Number 5, also coming out this Friday, is In the Lost Lands. So this is based on a book from George R.R. Martin that's not a Game of Thrones book. We got directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, Resident Evil films, Death Race, Mortal Kombat, Pompeii, Monster Hunter. And of course, if it's directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, that means it stars his wife, Mila Jovovich, from The Fifth Element, and Big Dave Bautista. Talk about Jack. Jeez, that man. I think this movie looks crazy. It has a werewolf in it. I'm in. Say werewolf, I'm in. Number 4, A Working Man. This is from David Ayer, Jason Statham. We're getting a Beekeeper 2, I think I heard. But this is basically Beekeeper 2. Jason Statham just knocking out some lousy folks. I can't wait. Beekeeper, exceptional. I think this is going to be fun. All right, number 3. I've spoken about this movie more than any other movie as a movie coming out, and that is Looney Tunes, The Day the Earth Blew Up, theatrical Looney Tunes release in 2025. What time to be alive. What a time to be alive. Number 2, this movie also comes out this week. That is Queen of the Ring. So this is the story of Mildred Burke. She was the first ever, credited as the first ever women's professional wrestler. And she was also the NWA women's champion for 20 years. Crazy. But it's Emily Bett Records, our girl from, she was Felicity in Arrow. And talk about Jack. Like, sis is Jack. I'm going to quit flexing because I look horrible compared to all these folks I'm talking about. But Emily Bett Records, she's jacked. We also got some phenomenal actors and actresses. Deborah M. Wool, Josh Lucas, Walton Goggins, and then a bunch of people from the wrestling community. Jim Cornette, Camille, Tony Storm, Naomi, Dr. Britt Baker, Mickey James. This movie, I think, is going to be exceptional. I just hope they remember it come, Oscar nominee times next year, if it ends up being worth it, which I think it looks like it has the potential from the trailer. But number 1, no movie has me more excited to hit the theater than Death of a Unicorn. This movie just looks so fun. The creature from the limited shots we've seen looks insane. A24, Jenny Ortega, Paul Rudd, Will Poulter, Richard E. Grant, Téa Leoni. I think this movie is going to be such a fun, crazy time. And I hope y'all check it out. But guys, like I said, it's my 36th birthday. I just wanted to come in here, review Novocaine, tell you all the other March movies coming out. I'm very excited about this year. Year 36, I'm going to try and make a lot of things happen, hopefully. I got great friends, great movies coming out. I'm going to finish off the old Bride of Donkenstein. I keep saying it like that because of Young Frankenstein. But I just hope y'all keep listening, keep watching, let us know what you think. And let me tell you, there's so many ways you can do it. Let me tell you the best ways. Check us out on Instagram or TikTok, A Toast to Film, all one word. Check us out on Twitter at @film_toast. Check us out on beautiful YouTube. Just search Toast to Film Podcast. And from Trey and myself, we just wish you a good night, good viewing, and I'm just going to have a great birthday.